ep1's company, enjoying a long career in the UK in the finance industry, allowing her to travel to all parts of the world before finally settling in Spain 20 years ago. Now, the president of the charity MABS, keeping me company today, is Beverly Thompson MBE. Hi, Bev.
Hiya.
How are you doing?
I'm scared to death, but I'm okay, thank you.
You'll be fine. All we're going to do today is just talk a little bit about MABS and
I can do that.
Yeah, that's fine. So first of all, I just want to ask you, your title is BEM.
It
so
is, yeah.
The British Empire Medal. So how did you obtain that?
Well, in the late Queen's last final honours for her birthday, she sent her representative to Campsall to look at the respite home.
Oh, wow. Wow. And you got the honour of having that title. Yes.
Yeah.
Fabulous. That's great.
Yeah.
Well, that just proves what great work that you do at MABS. So when did you come to Spain and what made that decision for you?
Okay, so in the late 90s, my husband developed chronic arthritis, which meant he couldn't work.
Yeah.
His hands became almost unusable. And we went to all sorts of doctors and they said there was nothing to be done. And as a flippant remark, he said, go live in the sun.
Yes.
So we did.
Yeah. And why not? What a wonderful place to live. Yeah. And I'm presuming it's
fantastic.
Yeah.
My husband's had probably 19 good years where he's now the equipment officer for MABS.
Fabulous.
And he couldn't have done that before. So great.
So why this part of Spain? Why Campsall?
Well, it wasn't Campsall per se. It was the house.
Okay.
I saw a photograph of a house and I said, that's the house I want.
Right, okay.
And that's the house I got.
And that's what you wanted and that's what
exactly.
you got. That's the way to be there. Yeah, definitely. So tell us a little bit about MABS and what they do for the community.
Okay, so MABS is a foundation. We were given foundation status in 2017. And our aim is to look after and to help and provide practical support to people who have been diagnosed with cancer. We range from Oliva in the north of just this side of the border of Valencia, right the way down to Puerto Lumbreras in the south down here, and inland between. So we have 7 groups, and all do the same. We all do the same. We provide transport to and from the hospitals for their appointments and their treatments. We provide translators where necessary to make sure that the patients understand the diagnosis, the prognosis and the treatment options that they have. Okay. Because often there can be several.
Yes.
We also provide home care for the people who are struggling a little bit at home to cope with their illness. And for the ones who need more care than that, we can put in private nurses.
Okay.
We also have our respite home in Campsall, of course.
Which is fantastic,
which we're very proud of, I have to say. And we can take people in there for up to 2 weeks to give their main carer a rest.
All right, so it's not just for end of life, it's also for respite as well?
We designed it for both.
Yes.
Because if anybody has ever been through cancer with a partner or a member of their family, it's the carer that takes the brunt.
Of course.
Yes, the patient has got the cancer, but they're getting looked after by the hospital.
Yeah, they're living with it as well. So
exactly.
Yes,
and the carer is on the outside looking in, feeling mostly helpless because they don't know what to do. And and cancer treatments can cause mood changes that that can be quite significant.
Yes.
And so to deal with that when they're not used to it, it's very difficult. So we allow them, if they need to have a break, it can be just a week. It can just be for a weekend, so they can get away and do something of their own. Yeah. Knowing that their family member will be looked after.
Oh, how fantastic! Yeah.
So that's one part, and then we have the hospice side, which is the end of life care when. Where some people don't want to die in hospital.
They want to be around their loved ones, they want to be at home. Yes, I understand that. So we have our own room there where people can come and they can stay there as long as needs be. Yes. Until the end. And the whole aim is to make good memories. So the room is dedicated just for that purpose. Yes. We encourage them to put photographs and we've had parties and all sorts of things. Fabulous.
Right, just to try to take away the inevitable. you know, and have some good times there as well. So we don't have many rules in the home. It's just whatever you want. The rule is if you make a mess in the kitchen, you clean up.
Yeah,
and that's it.
And that's enough.
That's enough.
So what's a typical day for you then, Bev, as obviously president of MABS?
Yeah. Okay. Well, sometimes I can be dealing with stuff up in the Costa Blanca.
Yes.
Which is a little bit alien to me still at this moment in time, because their health service rules are very different to the ones in Mercia.
Yes.
And I have to say we are spoiled in Mercia.
Really?
We are absolutely ruined.
Well, that's good to know.
We don't know how well looked after we are when I see the other side. There's nothing wrong with their care, but it's not as comprehensive as we get here in Mercia. So it can be something as simple as, Bev, the roof's fallen in the shop in Oliva, or we've got a leak, or the van's broken down for the 3rd time and we need to come and get a replacement.
Yeah.
Or it can be talking to the town halls to try and get funding for the cause.
Yes,
you know, and or anything really. Today we had, as a typical, we had a guy turned up with a bed, a hospital bed at the respite home, and said, "Here, I'm giving you this bed."
Okay.
So, and I was somewhere else, so you have to then ring round to find somebody
that can deal with that. Yeah.
So
because you've got an awful lot of volunteers, people that help out in all different areas, like you said, you know, taking people to hospital.
Yeah, we have drivers who take the patient drivers who take the patients to the hospital. We have the admin staff who work in the respite homes and the cancer centres, because we have 5 drop-in centres as well.
Yeah.
We have the equipment men who look after the equipment. We have the van drivers who go out on the vans and collect items for the shops or deliver the medical equipment. We have the shop people, of course, who are worth their weight in gold, because without them we wouldn't have the income that pays for the services that we provide.
Yes, so obviously this has got to cost an awful lot of money.
It does. As an example, in 2024, as a foundation, we spent 380,000 euros doing just what we do every day.
And all this money comes in from donations,
absolutely,
which is absolutely amazing,
absolutely,
isn't it? Because the fundraising, I mean, the fundraising on its own is a challenge, isn't it?
Oh my Lord,
organising the events, I know about organising events.
Yes, exactly.
So, you know, so I understand fully how much goes into all these projects that you do to raise.
So the fundraising events is one thing, and then of course the shops. We have 5 shops, and all of those have to collect the items. They have to be sorted, they have to be laundered, they have to be washed before they even get onto the shop floor.
Right.
So there's an awful lot goes on behind the scenes that people don't see.
Yeah.
And we have 2 dedicated helplines for the patients to get through to us directly.
Yes.
And they're only for patients to organise the support that they need. We don't have anybody, you know, the shops have their own numbers, the vans, so that we're dedicated just for the patients, because that's important that they can get through to us when they want us.
Yeah.
And we have a team of 5 who operate those 2 helplines.
Yeah. So going back to the volunteers, I should imagine that a lot of the volunteers have come in to help MABS because they've had either parents or family members or whoever close to them that has had cancer in the past. I
would say probably 75% of them fall into that category.
Yeah.
The rest have either worked in the care industry in the UK, or they've worked in a hospice, or they've worked in the charity for cancer. Our problem at the moment is the age range of the volunteers.
I was just going to ask you that. Do you find that it's a lot of the older generation that come in to help, so the younger generation don't tend to get involved so much?
I think, I don't think they don't want to get involved. I think there's a distinct difference. When I came 20 years ago, everybody was in their 60s, and those volunteers were very active for MABS and the other charities. But those people are now 80. And so some of them are still with us, most of them, unfortunately, are not. And COVID played havoc with the volunteers, because in the shops, aside from all the the closures and everything else, the people who were in their late 70s were frightened, and they haven't got over that fear of going into working in the shop and strangers coming in all the time. So unfortunately, we lost an awful lot, and we've never been able to recoup those.
So if anybody wants to come and help you at MABS and volunteer their services, whatever they can do to help, how do they get in touch with you?
Well, they can call into the respite home, or they can call. They can get in touch with with any of the shops, if they're local to one of the shops. Or the number to call is 634.
Okay.
So 634. 362-954.
Okay, and that will be on the screen for the viewers to be able to see that.
Perfect.
So going back to the respite home, for people that don't know where it is, I know that it's on the dual carriageway coming from Consume down to the roundabout, but I don't know the name of the avenue.
All right, okay.
If you tell us where that is.
Okay, so it's on Avenida de los Cavachos, number 278.
Yeah.
And it's just that second roundabout down.
And it has got the signpost outside, I've seen it, and I've been there myself. Yes, and we usually got the van and the car outside. Yeah. So for anybody that doesn't know, that's where it is. And that, for anybody again, is the big dual carriageway that comes down from Consume down to the bottom roundabout.
That's correct, yes.
Yeah. Okay. So how did you get involved in MABS originally then?
Oh, well, I'm going to say in them days, 20 years ago, there used to be a group called the Welcome Group.
Okay, yes.
And that was kind of the go-to place for new people that were arriving on campus. And from there you could find out anything, where to go to the doctors, how did you get a padron, how do you get your residency and all of those things.
Yes.
And they also did social events. So it was kind of like the place to go. And like everybody else, we went along, and the one particular meeting, there was a lady there who was appealing for volunteers to set up a cancer charity. I'd never heard of it, and to be perfectly honest, it wasn't my intention to do anything. But she looked so frail.
Yes.
And I couldn't not help.
Yeah.
So I put my hand up and I said, "Yeah, I'll come and help."
Yeah.
And that was it, really.
And that was it.
That was it, really. It's like a drug. You kind of get drawn in, and because the more you do, the more you want to do.
Yes. Yeah, and now you're the president.
Yeah.
So, absolutely.
How did that happen?
Well, obviously I can see the passion that you've got in helping, and serving the people of MABS and all the people that come into your care. So I can see that passion that you've got. Yeah. And I'm quite sure that anybody seeing this, out there that wants to give a little bit of help or a little bit of time just volunteering, what a fabulous charity to come to.
Thank you. So we're very proud of what we do.
Yeah, but it's been absolutely lovely talking to you today, Bev. So thank you very much to everybody out there for watching Two's Company. We're back the same time next week in someone else's company, but I hope you can join us. And from me, Carolyn May, thank you very, very much. And thanks once again, Bev.
You're very welcome. Thank you.
Yeah.